The Kyrie Irving trade to me is out the door. Kevin Durant, the last thing he wants to do is be teamed up again with Russell Westbrook. I think he's made that very, very clear. So in order for anything to happen with the Los Angeles Lakers and Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant's got to go, and with the draft capital and everything that they're asking for in Brooklyn to get Kevin Durant out of there or to trade him, I don't think it's going to happen. Rudy Gobert screwed up the entire summer. I think the Brooklyn Nets are in mending mode. Coming from a Hooper's perspective, I don't think it's mendable, especially since there's been so many requests to be traded or to get the coaching staff out. But we are going to discuss two other trades that are in right now for the Los Angeles Lakers since the Kyrie Irving trade is out. And I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things hoops from a Hooper's perspective. Somebody who's actually played the game. And if you like to get your comments and your word out there, this is the platform for it. You can comment and I will be bringing up everybody's trade proposals and comments as well. So if you got a Hooper's perspective, then make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the bell so you're notified every time I do a new video. Okay, so the Kyrie Irving trade to me, again, coming from a Hooper's perspective, when you say you're done with somebody and you move on from that person, and now the team's talking about trading and bringing that person back in, and you're a star like Kevin Durant, you're like, look, I'm not even going to play this year if you bring Russell Westbrook back to play with me. Now, I think Russell Westbrook is mendable I don't even know if mendable is a word, comment down below, but I think Russell Westbrook can actually work in the Lakers. I'm going to do a video after this talking about the 4 things that people need to know about the Russell Westbrook, or that he needs to know about himself in order to be successful. But in this video, I'm going to go through 2 trade proposals that the Lakers are talking about right now. And your job, which you've been doing so great about, is commenting down below what you think about the trade A and some of the other trades that you think are available. Now, I'm going to be going through my notepad here. I don't want to mess these trades up and say the wrong thing. But the very first trade that I like is doing some kind of trade where you include THT, which is Talen Horton-Tucker, and trying to get Buddy Hield. This is with the Indiana Pacers. Now, I'm going to go through 2 different trades, but it's almost 3 because you can do 2 different styles of trades with the Indiana Pacers. Again, you guys comment down below which one you like more, but the first one would allow us to keep at least probably one of those first round picks, the 2027 or 2029. Now, I think if you trade one of those picks and THT over to the Indiana Pacers and get somebody like Buddy Hield, this is a huge opportunity for the Lakers to get some shooting. Now, I think if you could obviously move Westbrook over with it to some kind of trade, Westbrook, THT, and first round pick, get Hield back. Now we're going to have shooters. This is everything to the Lakers. We have got to be able to stretch the floor. And the thing that's driving me nuts, again, from a Hooper's perspective, there's this much movement going on. I think that's the coach's fault, and I obviously think it's Russell Westbrook's fault as he's trying to run point guard or at least run the fast break, but when he gets down at the end of the court and everybody else does, they're standing still. This 4-out, 1-in offense that Darvin Ham's going to run better have some movement, because I haven't seen anybody in the Lakers organization move in 17 years, it seems like. So I really want to see some movement in that offense, and getting somebody like Buddy Hield who can absolutely knock down some threes is going to stretch and pull that defense out. You've got everybody else moving around. This is going to create a really good opportunity for LeBron James to have a lot more one-on-one play, get to the rack, kick the shooters, have a lot more people cutting for easy baskets and layups. The second trade that comes with this is actually going a little bit farther in depth with Myles Turner on the Indiana Pacers coming over as well. Now, a lot of you in my comment section said, why would we go get Myles Turner? We've already got a big man, AD, and we already got Bryant. Look, the thing about it is Anthony Davis has not played more than 35% of the game. Now, he says he's coming in healthier, but his shoes are about this tall, and the dude is a walking liability. So I am worried that he's not going to stay healthy. Guess what that leaves you? One center that's young and has no real postseason experience or even real experience. So this is something that I love getting a Myles Turner. Guess what? He averaged about 15 points a game last year. He averaged 1.5 3-pointers made. So he's going to actually pull defenders out. This is somebody, again, we need movement. Well, when you get a big guy who can go out to the 3-point line, whether he can hit it or not, that's going to pull the defense out. But he shoots in the upper 30% and he's going to knock down 2 or 3 3-pointers a game. This is huge. And when Anthony Davis is hurt or taking a a break, which he's obviously shown that that happens. You've got a guy who can come in. The problem is if you go with just these two dudes and AD gets hurt, now you're down to one. We got to have some rotation in there. We got to have some more big guys. So I love a Myles Turner trade. I think bringing him in is huge for stretching the defense, A, getting some three-point shots made, and C, having some more backup for Anthony Davis. Now, here's the thing about Anthony Davis. He's getting beat up about last year in his shooting percentage. He was never healthy. The one thing I love about him, and I've played in a lot of locker rooms and a lot of basketball, is if dude is still trying to play injured or hurt, you still want to ball with that dude. And I think that's what LeBron said too last year. Is like, look, this dude's giving me everything he can. He's airballing it, whatever, but he's playing and he's playing hurt. So people like that and they respect that dude. And there's not one NBA player out there right now, I guarantee it, who doesn't think Anthony Davis healthy isn't a top 5 talent. And the other thing those NBA players don't think is if he's out there on the three-point line and he's going to be shooting it to not play defense. They're not just letting him do it. Even the shots that he was taking last year and airballing, and even towards the latter end of the season shooting 17%, he still had a hand in the face. People respect him because he's hit big shots, he's hit game winners, he can knock down threes. He just felt like crap last year and was injured. Again, comment down below too if you have a Hooper's perspective on what it's like to play injured and just how difficult that is. You got a lot of things mentally going through your head. And the last one that I've done a couple different videos on that I'm really enjoying and having a ton of comments from you guys about is with the Utah Jazz. Now, everybody says, why would Utah want Russell Westbrook? Why would they want to do this? They're in complete rebuild mode. Nobody wants to go to Utah and actually play, so they're never going to recruit these top free agents, even if they pay them. Rudy Gobert just got out. Donovan Mitchell just wants out, and I kept saying Donovan McNabb last game, and you commenters caught me on that on accident, but they want out. So you have to draft a good class. You have to develop these players. You got to keep them in there and you got to go. And they've been able to successfully do that for the last 10, 15, 20 years because they draft really well. Those players end up leaving, whatever, but that's what they want. They want all of the draft capital in the world. Russell Westbrook's contract right now is basically who he is. Now, I'm going to do a video next. I think he can work out for the Lakers. You're not going to want to miss that video. Again, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything and so you have a voice too. If you've got a Hooper's perspective, make sure you're commenting down below because I am going to bring up your comments and give you a platform. But this is the thing that we need to understand is now trading Russell Westbrook, at least one of, if not two of those picks, maybe THT, but getting in Conley. You know, you guys were beating him up in the comments. We'll talk about that. Jordan Clarkson, you bring in Pat Bev. We got to have a Pat Bev and Bogdanovich. I love getting Bogdanovich. He's 6'8", stretches the floor, can shoot the lights out. You get Clarkson. These are all dudes. Again, what did I say? The most important thing the Lakers need? Movement. Bogdanovich is always moving. He's drawing that defense out. I mean, you got to cover that dude when he crosses half court. He can shoot from wherever. You know, Conley, Clarkson, these dudes are athletes. I know they kind of had some down years, but if you look at the postseason run that they had, they were all elevated. So they play at a higher level at the end of the season. But they're also players that can come in and give Anthony Davis, give LeBron James a little bit of a breather and not lose it. But we've got to get the movement going. And if you've got shooters like Clarkson, Conley's 41%, Bogdanovich is 40%, this is going to open up so much shooting. You're going to bring the entire defense out. You're going to have people cutting, slashing, getting wide open buckets underneath. And that's also going to get a lot of the defensive pressure off of Anthony Davis if he has to go down low. That's the one thing. Anthony Davis hates playing the 5 with the Lakers because they don't have an offense. So the paint is packed in, and now you have a double team on LeBron, you got double team on AD, and they're getting beat up down there. Stretching that floor, movement. Dude, AD's going to get nothing but alley-oops and backdoor cuts, and he's going to get some, offensive rebound putbacks and stuff. It's going to be easier for him, but he can also come outside and shoot threes. Comment down below, what trade are you most excited about, or do you think that the Lakers are actually going to roll with what they've got right now currently? And I am your NBA white guy. If you love this kind of content from a Hooper's perspective and you want to voice your opinion too, make sure you're commenting down below, but also subscribe to this channel and tap that bell so you never miss a thing. And until the next video, my homies, we'll catch you later.